What's up, people? It's FTL, and I'm back with another story. This one's, I guess, a little bit more dark. It's so weird and kind of crazy, but I guess here goes. Best way to tell you about it is just to get into it. So I'm on a school bus. Okay, they're driving over north. It's like I want to say five more stops until I get to my crib, and there's like maybe seven, six people on the bus. It's me, a couple of women, a couple of guys, and there's this big Armenian dude. He's like a senior, and I've had a few classes with him and everything. But he's important to the story, right? So we get over to the north side, and then we go down to Plymouth, and this fucking guy just out of nowhere he runs and tries to like get ran over by the bus. He runs over and he throws himself in front of the bus. Luckily the bus driver, he stops in time and he doesn't hurt himself. But the guy, I don't know if he was like on like PCP, that Sherm or crack or whatever, but he was going crazy. He was like, open up, fuck you, and banging on the fucking doors and shit. And just banging on the doors, banging on the windows, yelling. And it's crazy because the streets are empty. It's just our bus. Nobody's like driving by, and this is like a 15-minute ordeal. It's just pretty much us and him. And the like people are looking around. People are like getting scared, especially the women are getting scared. Like, what if he comes in? What if he opens up? And I'm like, I'll beat his ass if he comes inside the bus. But I wasn't really like tripping about it. It's just some crazy shit, and it's, I don't know how to really, like, looking back, I don't really know how I should have responded, but I was just kind of chilling, sitting in my seat, watching this nigga go crazy, and I'm just like, nigga, just pull off, nigga. If you run him over, nigga, you run him over, pull off, you feel me? And the bus driver's like, oh, he was trying to pull off, but he was scared to run a dude over, and me, I'm like, fuck that nigga, like, give him what he asked for. I guess that's fucked up, but maybe he was like mentally, challenged, or, I don't know, going through some shit or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. That's not our problem. I still maintain that. You feel me? Like, if a nigga doing that shit to me, I'm gonna give him what he asked for. Shit. I mean, I don't want to run a nigga over, but shit, you fucking with me right now. You know what I'm saying? You scaring children. Like, at this point, we're children. We teenagers. And if this went on for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. That's what it felt like, 15 minutes, but it could have been 5. Who knows in these types of situations. But the Armenian guy, I guess he had enough. So he gets up and he's yelling. He's like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here. What do you want? What do you want?" And he's like yelling and beating on his chest and shit, like some gorilla shit. Like, this nigga's like, damn, that shit was crazy. Like, I didn't have classes with him, and I never knew him to be that kind of person, But I guess, what push comes to shove, some people, they have that mentality in them that they can get physical, and that shooed the nigga off. He was like, get the fuck out of here. What do you want? What do you want? I remember that so clearly in my head. This was like 6-7 years ago. He's like, what do you want? And he's yelling at him, and the guy is yelling back, but he's getting yelled down. And yeah, I guess he ain't see dude, because he's a big dude, you feel me? Like, he's like a football player. He's a big dude, and he scared him off. And the guy, he started, running down the street, I guess looking for other people to fuck with. But after that, the bus driver, he thanked him. It's like, thank you. We all thanked him. I was like, yeah, man, that's what's up, bro. You feel me? Cause I mean, I don't know. Like, looking back, I guess I should have been more physical in that manner, cause it worked, But I never really been that kind of dude, And I just never was like that kind of person. You feel me? Like, I'm thinking like, you should just run his ass over. Like, that's the kind of nigga I am, But in that moment, homeboy came in clutch. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna handle this, and that's what he did. Cause shit, the nigga was going crazy. He wasn't going nowhere. And my mentality was like, shit, if he get on the bus, then we gonna make it happen. Like, there's like 5 or 6 of him. There's 5 of us, 6, 7 of us, 1 of him. Like, we gonna beat his ass. You feel me? Like, that's what's just gonna happen. Or even if it was just me, I'd probably beat his ass. He was just like a scrawny little fucking cracked out white dude, Not to say they ain't got hands, but nigga, I'm young, bro. This nigga was like 30, 35. Like, I'll probably beat his ass, And I ain't even really that. Like, if I feel like I could beat your ass, nigga, you a bitch. Like, that's what I'm feeling like, But I wasn't really worried, or I didn't really feel like we was in danger. But it was just like, I don't know, a psychological effect that he had on these people. Because nobody had ever really seen that. You know, like people like wanting to kill themselves and shit. And honestly, bro, to me, it wasn't really shit. Like, it's crazy to think about it, but like, I didn't even tell anybody that shit when I got home. Maybe because like my home life was all like fucked up at that point, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I just didn't even tell nobody. I just went home and was chilling. Got on the game, you know, and my day was just, you know, I just kept going about my day. It wasn't really anything to tell anybody until like I'm thinking now, like, fuck. I never told anybody this. Like, this is the first time I've ever talked about it, actually. And I don't know, even today, I'm like, oh, wow, that's some crazy shit that happened. Like, life is crazy, you know, and I don't really expect it to not be crazy, you know. But maybe I'm making light of the situation. I'm sure maybe those girls or whatever, they thought that, you know, it was a different kind of situation or whatever. Also got a second story, a little bonus, okay? And this one's kind of, like, I don't know. This one's weird, too, because there was this girl, again, on the bus. She's, like, loud and shit, super thick, you feel me? She was fine. She was bad. Well, I wouldn't say she was fine, but she looked good, okay? I was a freshman. She was a senior, I believe. And she was like super loud and ghetto and shit, you know, but she was bad, you feel me? So we would talk or whatever, but I wasn't even really trying to get at her, and I know she wasn't trying to get at me, bro. Like, I'm a fucking freshman, I ain't got no juice, I ain't got shit. But that's not the point, okay? She gets off the bus. This is like the last 3 months of school. She gets off the bus, and I look back, and it looks like she fell on the asphalt, and she was just laying there. And it was weird because she was all animated and hype and shit on the bus. And she gets home and she gets off the bus and it looked like she fell. And I really don't, to this day, I don't know what I saw. You feel me? It looked like she fell and then that was it. But I don't know. You know, that's just what it looked like. I could have been seeing some shit, or maybe it was a trick of the light or something, because I don't know. Like, I don't really like trust my senses like all that well. You feel me? Especially in them type of situations when you look at something and you really don't believe you saw what you saw. It's that shit was, I don't know, it was crazy. But it was weird because I never saw her again after that date. You feel me? Like, I went there, I was a freshman, I went there for most of my sophomore year. Also, I never saw her again. You feel me? Maybe because I was a senior, maybe she never came back or whatever, but I never saw her again. You feel me? It wasn't like I had classes with her or I saw her in the hallway ever. It was just on the bus. And shit, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. Maybe she did pass out and she had to go get some help or shit. I don't know. I know I ain't never tell nobody because I didn't believe what the fuck I saw. I thought I was just, oh, man, you tripping, bro. That bitch ain't fall. You know what I'm saying? You just tired. It was a long day. You feel me? At that point, I was hanging out at night a lot. You feel me? And then I had to go up and get to school in the morning. And if I ain't had no bus fare, then I'm just stuck at school. I can't leave, you know? And that was one of the days I ain't had no bus fare, so I couldn't just leave school. So I had to sit and fucking stay there the whole day. So I'm tired of shit. So I don't know. Even now, I don't know what the fuck I saw, you feel me? I hope she alright though, you know? But I ain't never see her again after that. I did my sophomore year and then we moved, you feel me? So shit, who knows? But these are some just crazy ass stories, crazy ass world we live in, you know. And this is just like fucking high school, man, living on the north side. So hey, if you liked it, you know, let a nigga know you liked it, you know. If not, fuck off, I guess. But you guys have a nice day, all right?